Hey everybody, it's your Sam and I'm here with another video. Today is going to be another video about Mental Health Awareness Month, and I want to talk about something that isn't normally talked about, and that is how you can help or better understand who may be suffering, who are suffering from mental health issues, depression, things that aren't normally talked about. Mental health has come a long way, and we talk about it more often now than, say, 5-10 years ago. And that's great. But there is still a bit of a stigma around mental health and talking about it and those who have mental health issues. If you notice that someone may be spiraling, or they're not themselves, or there's just little things that kind of tip you to knowing that something may be wrong, or that someone may be suffering from a deeper depression than usual, some things you can do is just talk to them. These tips are about a person that you know, a person that trusts you, not a complete stranger who is probably not comfortable talking to you about these things. First of all, you want to make sure that they are comfortable talking to you about their dilemma, about how they are feeling. You don't want to present yourself as someone who is willing to listen out of a need for gossip or out of some kind of malicious intent. You need to make sure that they are comfortable, and you need to be genuinely concerned for them. You need to be genuinely caring for them. Another thing is that you don't want to talk to your friend or your loved one in an area where you can be interrupted easily, or in an area that makes them feel uncomfortable. You want to talk to them in an area that is comforting to them, but also not invading their space. My sister, for instance, would always shut her door to her bedroom, and we knew that she didn't want to be bothered, whether she was studying or trying to calm down or trying to remove herself from a situation that was making her uncomfortable. We knew that that closed bedroom door was her space. It was her safety, and we needed to be allowed into that space if she wanted us to. We couldn't barge in. That wasn't a thing to do. So that needs to be established. If they are comfortable letting you into their home, then so be it. Or if they feel comfortable in your home, so be it. Or if it's the break room at work. Granted, the break room at work, you will probably be interrupted. The next thing that you want to do is make sure that they know that you're there for them, that you're not going to push them to talk about something that they don't want to talk about. Therefore, you need to kind of ease into the conversation. That way they feel more comfortable and less pushed towards something that is uncomfortable to talk about. You can show that you are empathetic, or if you're actually empathetic, by saying something like, I understand some days are harder than others. I'm here for you. I am listening. On that, you are listening. You have to listen to them. You have to be a good listener. You need to comprehend what they are saying and how they are feeling, and not make it about you, and not just start spouting off your ideas of what they can do or what they should do or what you're going to do for them. You need to listen, period. For the love of everything that is good in this world, don't be loud. Don't be aggressive. Don't be making large movements. Don't have this tone that says that you are aggravated with the situation or that you don't really want to be there, but you feel like you have to be in order to, I don't know, better the situation that is around you. You have to be there for them, and you have to be calm, you have to be respectful, and you have to listen. Listening is the big thing. Another thing is don't try to push them into a deeper conversation. If they want to stay at the surface, let them stay at the surface. You can ask questions that are surface level, maybe a little bit below, and hope that they answer and hope that they want to talk about that with you. But don't pry. Not everything is your business. Another thing that I've noticed a lot of people do with me when they're trying to get me to talk is that they talk about themselves and how I and my attitude affects them. That doesn't really help. That usually puts a wall up and gets me to being defensive. And on the inside, I feel like a failure. And that causes my depression to go deeper in and hold on more because I am letting somebody down. And that to me is like the worst thing possible. Well, one of the worst things possible. Another thing about approaching somebody who you feel is depressed or might be having troubles is to not make it entirely about you. I said of this a little bit earlier, but you also need to not attack them. Your verbiage needs to not be like this video where you're saying you need to do this, you need to do that. It's more of a conversation of, I understand, have you tried this, or what else can I do to help? That question right there. What can I do to help is the most important question that you can ask after you establish that you are truly there for them. What can I do to help? Because they know, sometimes they know what helps them, and sometimes you might be adding to the feelings of depression or self-loathing or something because of some action that you may be doing that you're not even aware of, or something that you're saying that kind of triggers them that you're not aware of. So make sure to ask how you can help. Simple as that. That question eases a lot of anxiety, usually. And on the other hand, it kind of ups the anxiety because if you're like me and you don't really know what another person can do to help you and your inner thoughts and emotions, then it can up the anxiety a little bit trying to come up with an answer. But it shows that you're there for them. It shows that you care. And sometimes the simple act of caring can help. It gives them hope. So make sure you give them hope, because there is a lot of hope in this world. There are a lot of things that are beautiful, and just be there for them and give them hope. Things that you need to avoid, like I said, you statements, you just need to, you need to, you need to, you need to. Also avoid generalizations like everyone feels that way, or you have the same illness as my mom. Also, avoid things like just pray about it, because prayer might solve some things, but it doesn't solve all things. If it did, we'd all be rich, we'd all be healthy, we'd all be in our dream world. Avoid generalizations like we all feel the craziness of this world or something to that nature. Just don't do it. Try to keep the focus on them. Try to keep the focus on the topic that you are discussing, and try to keep the focus on helping them in the way that is helpful to them. Don't do you just need to change your attitude, or you just need to do this. You need to not focus on the negative. You need to focus on the positive. Don't really do that either. You can show them the positives in their life. You can say some of the positives in their life that is surrounding the topic that you are on, just to help them know that there is hope. But you don't need to tell them not to dwell on the negative, because depression is negative, anxiety is negative, self-loathing is negative, and they know this. It's not as easy as saying you need to focus on the positive. It's a lot of work. And if they are talking to you, then they are trying to help themselves too. Don't make jokes, don't assume things, and don't be condescending. That's a lot of my experience, is people just are condescending towards people with mental health, towards people with depression, and that is just not helpful at all. Again, if you need help, if you need someone to talk to, reach out to someone you trust. If that's me, so be it. If it's not me, I'm fine. You don't have to feel like you're hurting my feelings. But make sure that you're getting help, and make sure that you're letting know those that love you how they can help. Maybe they don't know how to have these conversations, and you need to kind of guide them. Yeah, that's more on you. And yeah, it might backlash, and they don't really think that way that you hoped they would. But still, try. If you've never had that conversation before, maybe they just don't know what's going on. Thank you for watching, as per always. Again, this video is depressing, but I hope it has helped somebody out there. Be kind to one another out there. Be kind to yourself. Keep writing, keep being creative, and I will see you next time.